Sad Satan. Some of you may have heard of this game before, I surely didn't, but upon my research I see why the game name speaks for itself. The name Sad Satan was from a song called Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin. I don't want to risk getting a copyright strike, but you can search the song up yourself. But the game itself contained diabolical images such as gore and CP. The game begins in a hallway and all you do is just walk straight. You will encounter eerie noises and weird music playing in the background. Some images randomly pop up while you walk. Some of these images contain pictures of serial killers, rapists, murders, abuse, and CP. People had said this was from the dark web. The game itself was from the dark web. I'm not sure how true this is, but I can see the game coming from the dark web. Lostboy.exe. Lostboy.exe is a game that if you download could cause a virus on your computer. This virus would gather all your data and valuable information such as bank accounts. This game was originally posted on 4chan, and the original poster claimed this game to be an inspiration for the famous Slenderman games. They even provided screenshot of the game. But upon fully downloading the game, your computer will immediately detect viruses. Like I said, these viruses would steal your personal information and whatnot. But the game itself takes place inside a maze with creepy music playing in the background, and some weird pictures on some of the walls.
I don't remember. Oh, when you get stuff like this, I mean, you say it's a creepy game now. That you got this stars. I mean, not pentagram, right?
It also seems like the game never ends. All you do is just walk around this big maze with weird pictures pasted onto the walls. That's about it, unless I'm wrong and there is an ending to this game, but no one has ever found out about that yet. But the main reason why this game is considered disturbing is the viruses you get on your computer. Taiwan 2001. Taiwan 2001 was made by a developer named Kuso Soft, and this game is a copy and paste of Hong Kong 97, a game that was about killing the Chinese population and its government. It was an anti-Chinese game, you could say. The game also had a cult following, but besides all that, let's move on to Taiwan 2001 and what the game was about. The game could be played in 3 languages, Taiwanese, Hua, and Mandarin, which is standard Chinese. The story goes on by the Chinese bringing violence to Taiwan and whatnot, and a character by the name of Wang Shoumen, a boy, which is the main character in this game. He is tasked to defeat Wang Shouen, a girl who is the enemy. The gameplay is literally like Hong Kong 97, but instead of Chin being the main character to defeat people, it's Wang Shouen that's throwing whatever he's throwing at the people and dodging them at the same time. After a while, there will be a boss fight. The boss is Wang Shouen, the girl, and it's her floating head you have to defeat. After you defeat the boss, a picture pops up. The picture is a mannequin lying on its back, and the picture seems to be edited. There's also text on the picture that says Mini Stred. I'm not sure what that means, but that's the only English text I could read. And I'm guessing the whole mannequin thing is supposed to be a replica of a dead body, just like Hong Kong 97, but instead in that game there actually was a dead body. But unlike Hong Kong 97, Taiwan 2001 was a digital download, meaning you could download it on your PC, while Hong Kong 97 was a physical copy of the game for Super Famicom. The game also cost money, but Taiwan 2007 was free to download on your PC. There isn't much to this game. Even if you defeat the boss, nothing happens. All you do is just shoot at the people and dodge them, which is probably the whole point of this game. But that's Taiwan 2001. Now let's move on to the next game. Rayplay. I'm not even sure if I can say that name without censoring it, but this game was made by an adult Japanese video game company called Illusion. The game goes on with the main character who doesn't seem to have a name, but he forcefully puts himself into other women or little girls. I'm talking about at least 12 years of age. All this happens in a subway, and it seems like there are so many different options on what you can do to these women. For example, you can even forcefully make them have a baby with you and whatnot. It's pretty obvious why this game is banned in certain countries, and I'm glad it is, because why would anyone want to play this? What's the fun of it? The main act of this game is just rape and touching women inappropriately. But I don't feel comfortable talking about this game and the nature of it any further, because there's a lot to this game, and I'm just talking and stating the core part of this game, which is rape. But if you want to search this game yourself, just be warned there are weird images and details of this game. Close Range. This is a flash-based game that was released in the early 2009. The game consisted of shooting random people in the face with point-blank range. The game is about a protagonist named AJ who is on a mission to save his brother, who was kidnapped, and he would do whatever he will to save his brother. This even includes shooting people in the face if he has to, which he will. There are also side missions where you could shoot random animals in the face, but focusing on the main missions, you shoot people who will appear on your screen. You shoot them over and over again. You can even choose a body part to shoot through. There also is a multiplayer to this, which allows you to play with 2 people, and you can shoot at each other. The full game came with a lot of missions and side missions you could do, but the full game isn't available to play, and I don't think the demo is either, unfortunately. I don't think the game will ever be released. I even tried to play this game on a website, but to no avail. Chiller 1986. This is an arcade game released by a company called Excitey, and the game itself is very gory and bloody. I don't think I can show this gameplay uncensored for YouTube's sake, but let's talk about how this game starts. So there are 4 main levels in the game, which are Torture Chamber, Rack Room, Hallway, and the Graveyard. You begin in this very first level, Torture Chamber. There are 4 individuals who are tied up to certain torture device or equipment. One is on an Iron Maiden, another is on a Guillotine, while the other looks like he's being tied up to the stone walls, and finally one of the individual looks like he's on a head crusher. And the player has a gun, and you can shoot each of them, and each torture devices they're on, it will trigger the devices killing them. You can even shoot part of the limbs, and you can also hear their screams, hinting you keep shooting them until it's over. After you finish with that, you get points, and you move on to the next level, which is the Rack Room. In this room, you find more individuals, but this time they're strapped on wooden torture racks, and it's the same thing as the previous level. You can shoot either the individual or the torture device for a more gruesome death. After you're finished with that level, you move on to the next one, which is the hallway. But this one is different from the previous 2. The game transitioned to you shooting at zombies, ghosts, animals, and a random skull that keeps popping up from the ground. There is barely any gore here, which is good for me since I can show you part of the gameplay. But anyways, let's move on to the last level, the Graveyard. The same thing as the hallway, but you shoot at hands that comes up from the ground, and some couple of flying birds. You also get to shoot at a reaper who's carrying limbs. There's also a random naked woman in the middle of the graveyard tied up to the ground, which you can also shoot at, of course. But that's the whole game, and I'm not really sure if there's any ending to this or what, but this is a basic arcade shooting game with gore, lots of gore. The end. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. And After you're done liking and subscribing, have a great day.